what can I write off on my business? What is it that I can write off? Can I write off everything?
Another great question, another industry specific question. So the IRS, the Internal Revenue Code specifically says ordinary and necessary for your business type. So what a hair salon would have as an ordinary and necessary business expenditure would not be the same for a CPA firm. I don't need shampoo in my kitchen area. So it's really important. We have, we do a 1-hour consult with our clients. We're constantly answering questions for them. But what we also provide them with is a kind of like a catch-all. And we highlight the things on there that their type of business can typically write off. The most common business expenses that all businesses can write off are things like business mileage, gas for their car, office expenses, their cell phones, their internet, the equipment that they use, their computer. Then there's more industry specific things. If you're a contractor, your cost of goods sold. If you're a hair salon, it's your cost of goods sold, products that you buy to use or products that you buy to sell. Utilities, absolutely. Internet, absolutely. Rent, storage facility. If you're an attorney and you have to have storage facilities, whatever the case is. One thing I do always recommend, and even the IRS says this, every continuing education we do says this, always avoid that home office deduction. It is a guaranteed audit. I tell my clients, and I hope the listeners are listening to this, if anything, do not try to win the IRS, beat the IRS with your home office deduction, because it's usually audited. It's a percentage that you get to write off. So you're not writing off everything.
So if I'm working
from home, you have to adjust your basis.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm working from home now, and I have my, obviously my Wi-Fi and my internet, because I work from home, and I've been working from home since pre-COVID. Right at the point that COVID happened, I decided to just stay home with my family. I can't write off my entire Comcast bill on it. Probably not, right? Just a percentage of it.
Typically, you would allocate your percentage of business dedicated to that line, and that's how you would write it off. But like I said, everything is industry specific.
Right.
I also would add, because I do get this question very frequently. Clients ask me all the time, well, I put all of this time into my business. What can I write off for sweat equity? Sweat equity is not a term used in the Internal Revenue Code, and it never will be. If I included in my business the amount of sweat equity I put into it and took deductions, the federal government would never collect taxes, because everyone would have a loss. So exactly. I do get that question a lot. They say to me, well, I have sweat equity put into this. Can I deduct that? No, you cannot. If you want to pay yourself for the time that you've dedicated to your business, then you pay yourself a salary that's equivalent to that, and that's how you take that deduction. So the catch-all answer to that is, business expenses is, keep in mind, is it ordinary and necessary in my industry? There's most common examples. There's cost of goods sold, no sweat equity, no home office deduction. That's my recommendation. And that's how we typically advise on expenditures for business.
The content on Minding Your Business is for informational and educational purposes only and should not be construed as specific legal advice. This show discusses general legal issues affecting business owners. Opinions of the guests are not necessarily that of the show. If you need assistance with your specific legal issue, please consult with a licensed attorney.